This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
This is a sham.
No.
Y'all,
Just stop.
get real.
Welcome to DBL. Hello, fellas.
Hey.
Hello, I'm your broad today. Today is the summer solstice, which means like your dame. I said fellas.
I don't know if that's a good
I don't know.
Your dame, you're broad.
No, I don't think so.
I think so.
wouldn't.
I'm the broad.
I wouldn't do that again.
I would. Okay. It's the summer solstice today, which means it's the longest day of the year. Oh, good. So enjoy all that extra sunshine, but please stay safe with all this extreme heat. It really is very, very hot outside. We're starting today, though, with a pretty
mild.
Outside in Colorado. I kind of thought it was quite lovely, too. But in New York, it's really hot, okay? It's like a perfect day here in Denver. Yeah. We are starting with a controversial topic. So if you haven't heard, this is Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry. He just signed a new law yesterday, and it requires the display of the 10 Commandments in every public classroom in the state. It is the only state now with such a law. Critics have vowed to fight back in court, calling the law blatantly unconstitutional, saying it violates the First Amendment based on the separation of church and state. Be sued. So DBL Nation, we also want to hear from you. Should public schools display the 10 Commandments, yes or no? Go to dblvote.com to weigh in. Before was also questioned, and he said this, Governor Landry, quote, because if you want to respect the rule of the law, you got to start from the original lawgiver, which was Moses.
Okay. I don't know if that's accurate, and I think this seems very performative to me. He knows that this is super illegal. Even the Supreme Court that has disappointed a lot of people with their actions, this is baseline. You can't do this. But, Jeff, when you're running for office, which every politician is always doing at all times, you need to show your base like, I'm willing to go to this extent. He knows it can't go down like this, but that's why I can't wait to be sued. He wants his name in the paper for trying to do this, but he knows it can't be done.
And Jeff, just so you know, all public classrooms must have this kindergarten through college by 2025 displayed an 11 by 14 poster in, quote, large readable font with context statement explaining it was a prominent part of American public education for almost 3 centuries. Does that help in any way?
So is the segregation of schools.
Very good point.
Yeah, this is kind of like, you're walking through the woods and then there's like a net that just scoops you up and all the leaves, It's like, it's what people talk about because they want you to say something that either takes their side or totally goes against their side so they could hate you and not themselves. But I'm kind of with Al. This is kind of propaganda-ish. Me personally, this is my personal take. I grew up going to CCD, that's Catholic school. I've learned about all that. I went all the way up to 8th grade. This was part of my upbringing. Sure. Everyone in my neighborhood did that. I don't think it's a big deal, but I understand if you think it is a big deal.
Right.
I think this is kind of a dog whistle to be like, he's in the South, I get it. I get that.
He wants to run for something.
Right, and like Al said, sue me, put me in the papers, AKA.
Right.
For sure.
Because being labeled an extremist now is the only way to move forward in your party. You have to be extreme.
And being moderate, my take would be like, hey, we're going to put up the 10 Commandments for a particular part of the year. Then we're going to teach you about Judaism. Then we're going to teach you about something. My philosophy, if I were a teacher, again, it's not up to them, but I would teach them about all the different religions and people in the world as if they were traveling, because I've always said travel is my biggest form of knowledge. Right. And that's how I would teach it. Even if it does hurt some people, you're going to learn about culture in the Middle East, even if you don't agree with what's happening over there. I have a very moderate take on this, but people just don't, they really want to get super happy or super angry about it.
Yeah, they do. I do also want to recommend people actually read the 10 Commandments as you guys still vote. The first 4 are like, thou shalt have no other gods before me. You should not make unto thee any graven image. You shall not take the name of the Lord God in vain. All of those are particularly Christian oriented. They're not basic commandments like thou shalt not kill. So we're already starting with, remember the Sabbath. We're already starting with a basic that all 5 of the top things that are in each classroom are not for everybody, right? We're already starting with that. We also have the First Amendment, the Establishment Clause that says we shall have no Congress make no law, which this is, going against any religion, hindering any religion. And if this is true and they want to pass this, there has to be allowed room for every religion. Like you said, a satanic cult has to be allowed to be in there. Right. You have to allow everything if you do that. There's a reason Thomas Jefferson made the Statute of Religious Freedom, because he left England knowing how tyranny can start within the church. And he left that because of that. So I'm happy you're ready to get sued, but you're also incredibly unpatriotic by doing this, in my opinion.
Yeah, when you bring up satanic, I think if it's positive, that has to come into the conversation too. If you're talking about a satanic cult, believe whatever you want, it leaves people hopeless in some sort of sense. That's the end, and nothing's going to happen. If you're not hurting anybody, right, and you're not against anybody in particular, and you're just like, hey, these are good. I never take the
Sure.
God's name in vain. But you've heard me cuss a couple times.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
But it's one of the rules I just live by in my head. If it's something that's helping you and it's positive, even if it's not true, again, I'm talking about faith now, not necessarily the Ten Commandments, I don't see the harm.
It harms people who are A, atheists, B, Islamic, Muslim, Jewish, or not part of the Judeo-Christian Ten Commandments. It hurts them because they feel left out. It hurts them because it isn't their religion and the school is telling them it should be. It is a method in which Congress should have really no interest in interpreting and pushing their agenda.
And I think that's, Jeff, I think you hit it on the head. It doesn't actively hurt anybody, but when you're in school, it doesn't matter. There should be no hurting or helping. You're there for business.
Thank you.
You are there for the business of school. I'm not here for the business of your morality or for you to hear my morality. We're here to learn about the Spanish Inquisition. We're here to learn the French language in a basic way. We're here to learn a palette of skills so we can go be young adults. If I choose to be a Christian or a Satanist or an atheist, that happens out of school.
That's right.
And that's really the only way that we can do it, because there's a large group of people and they have to have one common goal. Because once you say, well, this doesn't hurt that much, next thing you know, things have kind of gone awry. But
that's right.
I feel you.
I do too. ACLU just, is suing, and they said, quote, public schools are not Sunday schools. Let's take a look at the result. Should public schools display the Ten Commandments? 74% of you say no. 26% of you say yes. Good talk.
All Sunday schools are schools, though.
And that's CCD, so that's a different school.
Right, and this is public only, which is important to make sure. Coming up on DBL, we're talking with the funniest comedian. Her name is...
Me?
It's definitely not you. Her name is Judy Gold, and she's telling us about being part of a new Netflix documentary, which looks amazing. And the fallout from JT's DWI arrest continues.
That looks like one drink.
I know. As his lawyer releases his
would you
statement.
stop?
Plus, what his wife Jessica Biel really thinks about all this drama. Welcome back, Cry Me a River. There's more fallout over Justin.
Did you hear the silence? It got quieter in here and there was no noise.
Okay. There's more fallout over Justin Timberlake's DWI arrest earlier this week. Police in Sag Harbor released this mugshot of JT. And in their report, they said his eyes were bloodshot. They were glassy. They noticed a strong odor of alcohol on his breath. Justin said he had one martini and was just following his friends home. And a live street camera also showed his car, matching Justin's, we think his car, driving on the road shortly before he was pulled over. And Justin's lawyer says...
Is he driving on a movie set? There's nobody around?
I know. It's like fake rain. Justin's lawyer says he plans to vigorously defend him, and we'll have a lot to say about it in court. TMZ is saying Justin will not be checking into a rehab. Instead, he will just continue to focus on his tour. Meantime, Justin's wife, Jessica Biel, was spotted on the set of her new series in New York. She was reportedly embarrassed and disappointed over the arrest, but as his wife, she has his back. Gayle King also stepped up to support Justin for some reason and said clearly it was a mistake and he's not reckless. There are reports, too, the cop was very young, didn't know who Justin Timberlake was, and then when asked, this is going to ruin the tour, he said, what tour? And Justin said, the world tour.
Then he said, what world tour? Yeah. That's a double whammy. Yes, because there's something, Jeff, and I don't know if you've been out with a lot of people. You ever been out with a guy and he's like, I can get us in this club, hold on. and they walk past the line and you're already like, this is bad. Yeah. He's like, yeah, is Mike here? And they're like, Mike quit last week. And he's like, all right, we're just going to go on to the back then. He realized, right? He realized that JT card is the first time he threw it down and it got declined. This is a rough one. We're laughing a little bit, but Jeff, what would you say to Justin? Because he seems lost. He seems lost.
That's funny because I was going to ask you that. First of all, that picture, that's like when you're living with your parents and you walk in at the end of the night and they're like, how was it? And you're like, good. Yeah. And then you run to your room and then you're in there and they're like, they didn't know a thing. Yeah. You know? I look back at moments like that. I'm like, I thought I got away with everything.
They knew.
And being a parent now, I'm like, my parents knew everything. You guys knew everything. I know you did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
they just played with you.
They just played with
their food
He's
a
home
little bit.
safe.
Keith is
just
like,
go
you
to
okay?
Bed. Just go to bed.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Do you think it was reckless that Gayle King was saying that I don't think he's a reckless person? I don't think that she's in a position to say that. This is a person who got a DUI. This is a serious charge.
It is a serious charge. No one was hurt. Again, we're not defending drinking and driving, but I think it's more common than people think, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
so nobody got hurt in this particular situation. So my question to you, Al, or you, Tori, was going to be, do you lean into this? He's got a concert in Chicago. It'll be his first public appearance since this happened. Do you lean into this and maybe say something at the start of the concert with a joke, even though it's not a joking matter, nobody did get hurt? Do you lean into this or do you stay silent?
I would think your lawyer would say, don't say a word about this.
I would have sober places to get, like I would hook up with Lyft, I would hook up with Uber, and I'd have sober places that you guys could get a ride home from the concert.
I think they've already figured that out.
Well, I think
every concert.
I think that he should really put.
What do you think?
What a genius idea. And 2 original names, yeah. How about this one? Wait, I got a good one. Taxi cab? You think that'll fly?
No.
Paint them yellow?
I'm simply saying he could push this and be an advocate because he went through it.
I could just see a Taylor Swift concert letting out and just thousands of people like, how do we get home? If only Justin Timberlake had a sober station.
I watched DBL and this girl Tori talked about Uber.
Apparently he didn't remember it. Hey-oh.
Oh,
that was a good one.
That's the buzz.
Yeah.
That's the buzz. Good.
That was good.
Thank you. I said we'll be back.
They ruined it.
It's been such a journey that we've taken. Queer comics, queer history, that all deserves to be talked about. And now is the time where people can.
That was a clip from Outstanding, a new Netflix documentary that explores the history of LGBTQ+ stand-up comedy. One of its stars is a 2-time Emmy winner and a comedic veteran. And earlier we spoke and laughed with the one, the only, Judy Gold.
Please welcome back to the DBL comedian Judy Gold.
Hi there, Judy. I love your Star of David, member of the tribe. Good to see you.
Thank you. Gotta represent.
Represent, that's right. Happy Pride Month as well. What does it mean to you, Judy, to be part of this outstanding documentary?
It is an honor. It's humbling when you look at the history. But I have to thank Paige Hurwitz, who directed this film and really wanted to tell this story because it wasn't easy for us. And as any marginalized group knows, representation is everything. And a great comedian can make you laugh, can make you think, and can also change your mind.
Yes. Well, Judy, there are many amazing comedians that are featured in this film, but who are you most proud to call a friend?
Oh my God. I mean, they're all incredible, but I mean, I love Margaret Cho. I love Robin Tyler. I mean, Margaret and Rosie gave me jobs. And in stand-up comedy, a lot of people don't know this, but as far as women were concerned, we never got to work together because if they had a woman on a show, it would be one woman.
Right.
And so we never ever got to this place where, you know, we could become really successful and bring our female cohorts along. And this happened in every sort of group. So, I mean, they would have one person of color on a show. They would have one LGB. It was LGB. Now, you know, we have 400 letters, but it was, we were pigeonholed. And the documentary tells this story of what happens when you come out during a climate when it is unacceptable.
I'm a huge comedy nerd, been doing stand-up for 20 years, and what you were saying about comics taking you on the road, Hannibal Buress, I wouldn't be here without him, so I get what you're saying. But I always like to ask comics this because, you know, you started doing stand-up in college, so those first few years, they're not always in comedy clubs. So did you perform in any weird venues? Because I've done a lot of shows on bar tops.
Yes, I did. The first time, my first like New York gig, well, I had passed at a couple of comedy clubs, but then the first one where I'm like, oh, I'm working this room and I'm gonna invite my parents, was in an Indian restaurant on West 45th Street, I think. And there was a bug zapper right above the stage, and I would tell a joke, and then you'd hear buzz, buzz, and it was,
But you were killing.
You're trying to convince your parents this is your career. It was awful. It was just awful.
Sadly, I love looking back at stories.
Yes.
I love that. I love that. Let's switch gears a little bit here because your son, Ben, he's a basketball player. I'm a parent of two. What kind of spectator are you when it comes to watching his games?
I have been asked to leave. Only like once or twice. The best one, you know, Ben was taking a foul shot, and one of the fans from the opposing team, this is Trinity College playing Tufts University, a Tufts University fan, screams at Ben as he's about to throw the foul shot, "Your mom's not funny." Oh. And I was like, oh my God, that is so going in my ass. And then he sinks the foul shot, looks at the kid and goes, I know, and then runs to the other end of the court. I mean, how neat is that?
That's a comics kid.
What a
I love it.
Judy,
What a burn.
thank you for lightening us all up. We love you. DBL Nation, Outstanding, A Comedy Revolution is out now on Netflix. Don't miss it.
So
thank you
important.
again, Judy. We'll be right back.
Thank you for having me.
Great to see you.
Come back.
So nice to see you all.
The Caribbean is calling you. This June, we're celebrating Caribbean Heritage Month with Sandals by giving away 2 all-inclusive vacations to any Sandals resort of your choice. Watch DBL every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblasslive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL June 26. Make memories for a lifetime and start entering for your chance to win a trip to any Sandals resort. Today's word of the day is adventure.
I never get it. Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out. Steph, what do you have for us today? Let's shop.
Hey Tori, hello DBL Nation. We are so excited to show you everything we've got today. The deals are incredible, so let's check everything out. First up, we've got the Beckham Hotel Collection lightweight down alternative comforter. The deal includes 1 comforter available in 2 sizes, full queen or king California king. Normally this is between $41 to $60.
It's not terrible.
No, but we've got it for $18. That's saving 70%.
Whoa, I love when we have a price like that. I'm like, a get 2.
Exactly. You know what? A duvet is something you're always like, oh, do I really need one? But at that price, it's good to get even 2. 1 for your spare room or if a guest comes. Now, this is super useful. We've got a 6-pack of Australian Gold water-resistant lotion sunscreen.
Oh, yeah.
So the deal includes 6 sunscreens available in 3 types. We have SPF 30, 50 or 70. So normally these are $13 each.
Okay, normal.
We have got a 6-pack for $15. It's saving you guys 81%. And up next, we've also got the Malibu Sky sling bag with a front zipper pocket.
Cute.
The deal includes 1 sling available in 6 colors. And normally this is $98, but we've got it for $19.99. That's saving 80%. Talking of bags, look at this one here. We've got the last product, which is the Olympia USA 22-inch 8-pocket rolling duffel bag. This deal includes 1 duffel available in 3 colors. So normally this is $100, which is a great price.
Yeah.
We've got it for $39.99.
Okay.
So we are saving you 60%.
Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can scan that QR code. It's right on your screen. It's going to take you directly to all these products on Morning Save's website. Could not be easier. Thank you so much, Steph. Do you guys wear the side bag that's cool now? You know what I'm talking about?
I did. It's just not that comfortable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
It's
feels
just
like I'm wearing a seatbelt, like a half seatbelt. I don't care for it. What about you, Jeff?
I'm 46. I wear clothes from Costco. So, whatever. If it's free, I'm
So
in.
no crossbody for you?
I might grab one on my way out.
All right. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.